Trading with regular RSI is like having half a map. You know you're overbought, but not where. You know momentum is weak, but not the price level that matters. And that's exactly why you need to see this indicator that translates RSI directly into price levels. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how this indicator works, the perfect settings for maximum accuracy, and a complete strategy to trade it properly. Let's get into it. First, head over to TradingView and pull up any chart you want. I'm using the 15-minute time frame on GBPJPY, but this works on any market, any time frame. Click on Indicators and type in Reverse RSI Signals. Make sure you select the one by Algo Alpha. Now this isn't just another RSI indicator. This is completely different. Most RSI indicators show you momentum in a separate window below your chart. You see RSI at 30, you know it's oversold. But you're left guessing at what price. This indicator solves that problem by doing something really special. It inverts the RSI calculation. So instead of calculating RSI from price, it calculates price from RSI levels. Let me show you what this looks like in real time. You've got 3 bands overlaid directly on your price chart. The upper band shows you the exact price level where RSI would be at 70, the traditional overbought zone. The lower band shows you where RSI hits 30, the oversold zone. And that middle dotted line, that's where RSI equals 50. Perfect equilibrium. But it gets even better. See how the bands change color? Green bands mean you're in a bullish regime, and red means you're in a bearish regime. That's because there's an adaptive supertrend filter built around the RSI midline. So when the supertrend is bullish, the system tells you longs are favored, and when bearish, it tells you shorts are stronger. And those triangle markers you see, the upward triangles mark bullish divergences, and downward triangles mark bearish divergences, all plotted directly on your chart. Now here's the truth. Most retail traders never figure out. You can learn every manipulation setup I just showed you, but if you're manually staring at charts, you'll always be the last one in and the first one out. That's exactly why we automate everything: entries, exits, and risk management. Our traders run these exact setups fully automated across forex, crypto, and indices, and the results speak for themselves. Like Ethan, who got funded 3 different times using these systems, or Marion, who made $10,000 in just 10 days while still working full-time as a chef. These aren't what-ifs, they're real results happening inside our community every single day. If you want to see the live performance results and backtest data for yourself, click the first link in the description before the spots close. Disclaimer: this is for educational purposes only. Trading carries risk, and no strategy can guarantee results. Now, to get the most accurate signals from this underrated indicator, let's get your settings right. Double-click on the indicator to access the settings panel. Set RSI length to 14, smoothing lookback to 5, supertrend factor to 0.5, and ATR length to 20. After that, click OK. Now let me break down the exact strategy for both long and short trades. For long entries, you need 4 specific conditions to align. First, confirm that you're in a bullish regime. The supertrend candles need to be green, showing that the RSI midline is in bullish territory. This tells you the overall momentum structure favors long positions. Second, wait for price to approach the lower band. Remember, this lower band represents where RSI equals 30, traditional oversold. But don't enter just yet because price touches it. You need to see a rejection. Third, look for a bullish rejection candle. This could be a long wick showing buyers stepping in, or an engulfing candle that closes back inside the bands. The key here is that you want confirmation that the RSI 30 level is acting as support. And fourth, check for a bullish divergence marker. If you see that upward pointing triangle at the low, it's telling you price made a lower low, but RSI didn't, a sign of strengthening momentum. Now, when all 4 conditions align, enter long at the close of the rejection candle. Place your stop loss just below the lower band where the bounce occurred. For take profit, target the midline first where RSI returns to 50. Equilibrium. If the trade is strong, you can let it run to the upper band where RSI hits 70. For short entries, you want to follow the same logic but in reverse. First, confirm a bearish regime with red supertrend candles. The RSI midline is in bearish territory, meaning shorts are favored. Second, wait for price to rally up to the upper band. This is where RSI equals 70, traditional overbought. Third, look for a bearish rejection candle at the upper band. Long upper wick, bearish engulfing, or strong reversal candle as you need confirmation that RSI 70 is acting as resistance. And fourth, check for a bearish divergence marker. That downward pointing triangle tells you price made a higher high, but RSI didn't confirm it. Once these conditions are met, enter short at the close of the rejection candle. Place your stop loss just above the upper band and target the midline first, then potentially the lower band if momentum is strong. Here's what separates profitable traders from everyone else watching this video. Retail keeps chasing breakouts and getting dumped on, while institutions pocket the profits. You can master every manipulation strategy I just showed you, but if you're trading manually, you'll burn out long before you ever get consistent results. That's why we built automated systems that hunt these manipulation moves 24/7. No emotions, no missed setups, just results, Over 600 traders are already using these exact systems, like Dan, who made $9,000 in his very first month, or Steven, who shows consistent overnight profits while he sleeps. But I only take on 30 traders each month because I personally guide everyone through setup to make sure you're getting results. So if you're serious about finally trading with the institutions instead of against them, click the first link now before spots fill up. Disclaimer: this is for educational purposes only. Trading carries risk, and no strategy can guarantee results. Now, different markets require different settings for accurate signals. For forex pairs, set RSI length to 14, smoothing lookback to 5, super trend factor to 0.5, and ATR length to 20. Forex has institutional manipulation during session overlaps, so the slightly higher super trend factor and longer ATR period filter out false regime changes. For crypto, RSI length stays at 14, drop smoothing lookback to 3, super trend factor to 0.3, and ATR length to 12. Crypto moves explosively, so you need faster adaptation to catch those violent reversals at the bands. The lower super trend factor makes regime changes more sensitive to momentum shifts. For stocks, keep RSI length at 14, smoothing lookback at 4, super trend factor at 0.4, and ATR length at 15. These are the default settings, and they work perfectly for stocks because they trend consistently with clear band reactions. For gold, bump smoothing, lookback to 6, super trend factor to 0.6, and ATR length to 25. Gold is notoriously volatile with frequent false breakouts of the bands, so these higher settings ensure you're only catching legitimate bounces and rejections, not noise. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.